Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today, and remember, true wealth begins with good health. All right. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Telehealth Tuesday. This is your go-to podcast for modern insights, wellness solutions. I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, your host for today's amazing episode. And this, again, is Telehealth Tuesday. You guys let me know out there in TV land or in internet land if you can hear me or not. We are running just a few minutes late. I wanted to let you know that Telehealth Tuesday can be viewed on multiple platforms. That's right, multiple platforms, including Instagram, which is our Good Faith Wellness Center, and most importantly, DOCTOR B T.V. That's D-O-R, the word doctor spelled out, the letter B as in boy, TV, DOCTOR B T.V. Please make sure to follow, share, tag, like, and most importantly, click the word subscribe. Now, today, we were supposed to have an amazing guest who was a local chef here, but unfortunately, some things came up, and you know how life is. She was not able to make it, unfortunately, on this episode, but we will definitely have her back on at a later date. Let's see who's saying, I guess I'll join. That's PIE number 9. I don't know, but let me know. Let us know who that is. You said, I guess I'll join you. Well, come on and join us. But anyway, so you guys, fortunately or unfortunately, have stuck with me. So we want you guys to come on. This is a fully interactive show. We want to say hello to all of you all there. I see Melanie is there. 42 Sonias, thank y'all so much for joining. Big shout out to Elite Fitness. All right, Elite ISI Fitness Flowwood, headed up and owned by Mr. Martinez Rankin from the Kansas City Chiefs. So big shout out, man, if you're listening. Let's go ahead and let somebody tag ISI Fitness, please, in the chat or on either one of these platforms. I see Melanie's there, so help us out and tag our buddy on there, please. All right. So how's everyone feeling? Let's talk all about weight loss. Oh, but before I go there, let me go back to the usual intro. So we want to let you know that this, again, can be viewed on multiple platforms. We're here each and every Tuesday for not only your listening pleasure and edification, but also, most importantly, we want you guys to make sure to join the conversation, asking questions. That's where because we love it. I've got some prepared topics and questions, but look, the best way is when you guys come on and we can have a true dialogue. We want to hear live questions from the audience. And I know everyone has questions about Ozempic and Mounjaro and all that stuff. I know that maybe these might be some kind of trite subjects and things because but even though a lot of you are familiar with them, there are so many thousands, even millions of people who don't know what peptides are, okay? I see who is on. We've got Connie Perkins. Good to see you. Good evening. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining. I know there's still some great info to come. Yep, that's right. Absolutely. And Connie, we're so thankful that you joined, and we would love to hear from you. So not to put you on the spot, but feel free to ask us some great questions. We haven't talked about hypertension and diabetes and some of the common topics in a long time. I know we always have our guests on. Let's see here. Big shout out. Let's see. Flowwood Martinez. I think that's, I might be messing up some. Y'all correct me on Instagram land if we're getting that wrong there. Good evening. Okay, there we go. So let's go with the first thing. Let's talk about that. PIE, you want to join? Go ahead. So what's your first question? PIE. I don't know who that is. Are you joining from YouTube land? I think you're on YouTube land. You guys come on in. Let's check Facebook and get some more folks to come on. We want to talk about these peptides. So many people are using them and they don't know what they are. Peptides are something that's actually synthesized. And so a peptide actually is a short chain of amino acids. I know a lot of people talk about amino acids. They are the building blocks of proteins. And they're actually the fundamental building block. And so most proteins can be made of 100 or more amino acids, typically. And so they're kind of complex shapes and all that kind of stuff. And then there are some smaller peptides that are about 2 to 50 amino acids. And so these peptides, this is what everyone is talking about. From the GLP-1, now they've got new GLP-3s and 4. There's all kind of amazing stuff coming out. Something called NAD. I don't even know what that stands for, but it's something that gives you immediate energy, and it works on the cellular surface level of the mitochondria. And that is something that produces ATP. And ATP is fundamental for us doing anything at all and for our energy, for our metabolism, for us to just live. If you have no ATP, then you would die, basically. So this NAD somehow enhances that, catalyzes this reaction, and causes like a huge cascade of ATP. And so that's how people are just feeling younger, feeling more alive. And even today, I want to say big shout out to the Infusia Spa, which is owned by Miss Annie Knight, who is a registered nurse here, who's become our good friend, Annie Knight. Tamika Garrett, all right, big shout out, my friend. Good to see you. Let's put that in the Infusia Med Spa. So that is minority owned by Miss Annie Knight, the mother of Bianca Knight, the Olympian from right here in Jackson, Mississippi, who went to school here. The Olympic, I think that she won a gold medal. If you all know Bianca Knight, I didn't even know how famous she was, but that's Annie's daughter. And so just amazing family, athletes and all that good stuff, and giving back to the community. So big shout out. We were at Infusia Med Spa earlier to get what's called a Myers cocktail. Have you guys ever had IV infusions of medications? It's a big thing in other places, in other cities and states. People come, and not just alcoholics, not just people who are drunk, but they do have a hangover cocktail for people in that. Should you be so unlucky? But all right, good. All right, Baron. Good. All right, good day to you. Good to see you. So that's a special, IV infusion. So she has different things. Today we had a special cocktail, again, called the Myers cocktail, which is magnesium, vitamin C, B complex, and vitamin B12 with an additional amino acid added to it. And so you immediately, it makes you feel amazing. And we went to the gym, had a good workout at Elite Fitness, Flowood, and it made a world of difference after having this IV infusion. So again, if you've never tried it, it's something that's going to clear up your urine. It's going to clear up your acne, give you energy, make you feel alive. What's the topic? The topic, Baron, is you guys. The topic is anything that you guys want to discuss, any questions. No topic is off limits. We want to talk about weight loss. We're talking about metabolism. We're talking about hypertension. We're talking about diabetes, and why it sounds like these are just some overused old news kind of topics, but the crazy thing is, even in this day and age, people are still dying from this stuff. We have people in the hospital right now, 3 patients in the ICU, and hopefully you guys please lift your heads, you lift up a big prayer for these 3 gentlemen. One guy is just unfortunately not taking care of himself, and his blood sugar was out of whack. And we really didn't think he'd make it through the night. He's only in his 40s. But thank God I checked the system early, and he's still in there. So that means he's still alive. My partners are taking care of the hospital this week. Then there's another gentleman with heart failure. And then the other gentleman has COPD, which is chronic lung disease. So some things, we can't help, but most things we can. And even if you're born with lung disease or liver problems, and, you're just kind of born with the short end of the stick, there's definitely still things that we can do to optimize our life or better our life. So, all right, Baron, you said, what do you think about the chia seeds, which are soaked in water overnight to drinking in the, I've heard some good things about that. We'll do some brief, let's take a look at that. I've never used, I know that it's an organic product, but there's a lot of benefits to them. I think they're, powerful or fiber packed full of nutrients and different things, but I honestly have not tried them at all. I know there's online, we're seeing that there's about 28 grams, two tablespoons of 28 grams of nutrition that it delivers. It says you get 4.7 grams of protein, 8.7 grams of fat, 138 calories, 95 milligrams of magnesium, phosphorus 244, 179 milligram calcium. So, I think I think it sounds, just from just doing this very basic research in Google search, I think it sounds great, loaded with antioxidants. And then, of course, it's a source of omega-3. So we're talking about heart health. And so that would support a happier, healthy heart, as they say. And then for your bone health, we're talking about calcium, phosphorus. There's some magnesium, potassium in there. So yeah, I think I can't think of too many things that would preempt or prevent somebody from being able to use those. Said I do it since 3 months. I feel amazing, and my stomach is. What kind of stomach problems were you having? If you don't mind, sharing with the crowd. Let's see. Yeah, tell us what type of stomach issues you were having. I would love to hear about that, because I think it's something we do need to look into and maybe even feature. The Herbal Blessing. I'd love to get my buddy in here to weigh in with The Herbal Blessing, the owner. I'm sure that he offers that there. And so you guys check him out as well. Oh, the weight loss shot safe. Well, Evelyn, that's a great question. And I'm glad you asked that. Overall, I hesitate to say certain kind of black and white words like that and yes and no. So certainly not trying to skirt around the answer, but they're safe in the right person. Let's say it that way. If you have diabetes, that's one of the big, when Ozempic came out, it was a secondary thing that it caused some weight loss, but it was first put on there for diabetic patients, as an adjunct therapy, because it is not insulin. We want to make that clear. We had a lady in the hospital over the weekend who said, "Hey, I need to resume insulin." The lady was close to 400 pounds and only maybe about 5'2", 5'3". So certainly she was morbidly obese, and she had been just started on Ozempic. But when we looked at the chart, it showed that she clearly had diabetes, but it was actually well controlled. So you see, in that patient who likes the side effect of it, of weight loss, who is a diabetic, but who's been controlling it and who's actually not on insulin, then that would be a decent option for her. If you're going on it mainly for the weight loss, the tirzepatide, okay, that is definitely where you want to go. Tirzepatide, and these are peptides, GLPs, GLP-1. So that's what it works on, and it helps you to so that you won't have the cravings. And so the newer one, that new one that's not out yet, it starts with an R, but I call it Retta for short. That's not the full name, but that's a GLP-3. And so it works in 3 different ways. So in studies, the literature is supposed to be more effective even than the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, Wegovy, tirzepatide. It's supposed to be more effective. But again, that's actually not out on the market just as yet. But that Retta, that is going to be the new craze. Everyone's getting it. So again, to answer your question, I think in the right patient, and the other thing is you want to make sure you're not just showing up somewhere to get injection and giving somebody $50. This needs to be in the right setting with a healthcare provider or whoever it is that you're going to that does your blood work. You want to make sure you're checking your kidney function, your liver function, all your routine labs, lipid profile to check your cholesterol, A1C level to make sure whether you have diabetes or not, and if you have it, is it under control, certain things like that. So I would say with all those boxes being checked, Evelyn, then I think you should be safe to proceed with it. Let's see. Melanie says, I do chia seeds in my water. It does what it says it's going to do, with a LOL. I appreciate that, Melanie. Look, keep them questions, comments, keep them coming. That's why we're here, because we want to hear from you guys rather than the questions that I have prepared. So keep them coming. And I'm surprised you know about those chia seeds. I guess I've been living in a closet or somewhere under a rock because I haven't tried them. I've definitely heard about them. Let's put that comment on this side. My wonderful mother is watching. Welcome, Dr. Lily James. Thank you so much for always being a supporter. So my mom is there. She has more technology than I do. Let's see here. There we go. Going to the toilet, Dayton Barron, you were saying that I felt bloated all the time and I was very tired all the time. So, Barron, did those chia seeds, you said it helped your stomach? You said my stomach is great, was the actual quote that you said. I would love for you to define that, even just a little, not putting you on the spot, but just this is for all of our learning. And, the entire class is benefiting because if you were going to the toilet, you felt bloated. So were you more on the constipated side, or were you more having diarrhea, or was it more like an IBS, like a kind of alternating symptoms of both? Because a lot of Americans suffer from that, and there's medication for that. But if the chia seeds were truly helping you, and then we heard Melanie on the Instagram side saying that they truly helped her, I think there's something that we truly need to look into. Marnie Winning, good to see you. She was on our podcast just on our previous episode, so big shout out to you. Put the name of your company in there, Marnie Winning Tompkins. Big shout out to you and your company and all the things you're doing in the community. So please, on Instagram, put the name of your company right there so we can copy and paste it and make sure everyone knows about it. Queen Seraphim. All right. Good to see you. Good evening. Good evening. Amazing hands. Melanie says they make a good pudding in almond milk as well. Okay. All right. That almond milk, almond milk is pretty good, but I'm still using it going to Starbucks using the skim milk. What you think, Melanie? So do you use the almond milk and when you have products from Starbucks and things, do you always choose almond milk, or do you do skim milk, or both? Or let us know. Let us know in the comments. All right. Hey, back to you, Marnie. That was a great episode. All right. Best Coverage Solutions, LLC. That's right. And let us know if you're doing anything recently, any events coming up, Marnie. We want to make sure we feature you. There we go. We put it in the chat. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we did weight loss shots. Say, going to the toilet. There's my wonderful mother there. Let's see. Ginger with red pepper and a pinch of apple vinegar are the game changers. I highly recommend to include this into your morning routine. Thank you so much for that. I know, Mom, the apple cider vinegar, Mom, you can attest to that. I know that you have a big half-gallon jug and stuff like that you've been using apple cider vinegar and turmeric. But I think with the blood thinners, I believe you said you had to come off the turmeric. Is that right, Mom? You can let us know in the chat. But definitely apple cider vinegar, man, is excellent for a lot of things, and especially gut health. There we go. A lot of people say, why is it that you guys as doctors and healthcare providers don't give information about this kind of stuff? Like chia seeds and different things, turmeric. I see Frank Terra. What's going on, my brother? A5. Shout out to the Clinton chapter, Mississippi Alpha chapter, the Staple chapter. Frank Terry's in the building, our principal. Good to see you, man. That's my LB, my line brother. All right. And shout out to your brother as well, man. All your insurance needs for Marnie Winning Tompkins, 601-720-1148. And don't rely on your job for life insurance. Let's get you some insurance outside of your job. Well, there we go. Let me put that one in. I see you, Frank. I see you, my brother. Let's put that in the chat right there. Let's get it in the other side. There we go. All right, done. Yep, Mom, you let us know about that apple cider vinegar. I want to hear from your personal testimony. I'm now, in your case, I am putting you on the spot. I'm definitely putting you on the spot. But yeah, man, thank you. I'll keep it coming, man. We love this. This is a really helpful conversation here. And look, and I don't have to go to the questions, or the prepared statements. So you guys keep them coming. Let's talk about it. But yeah, one of the things, people always ask me, they say, man, Doc, why is it that you guys don't tell us about this? But you got to think about it, right? And I remember doing a men's conference, and brother, man, where's my guy who's always on in front? We haven't seen him as much. I know he's been so busy. Man, where's my good friend always supporting us through Facebook? He's got a company. Um, Man, what is that? What is the name of his company? Anyway, it's going to come to me later on. But this gentleman is amazing, man. He is all about nutrition, fit. What is it? Fit for life. It's something like. Anyway, it'll come to me. But he's normally on here. He hasn't been on for several weeks. He popped in, I think, about a month or so ago. But amazing gentleman. And I remember going to. But the way I met him, because I did, we did a talk at one of the churches for his conference. But I met him at a men's conference here in Jackson. And he said, he came up to me later because I was on it was a panel discussion. And he comes up to me and he says, hey, man, gives, handshake, hug. Man, I've never heard a doctor say the stuff you said. And basically what I only said, I was being honest. And I said, you know, I was telling the audience about being a hospitalist doctor, which is somebody who's fully employed by the hospital. It's basically that random doctor that's taking care of your family that comes in that's not their regular doctor in the clinic. I just want to hold on one second. You said I always choose almond milk, but I'm open to trying something. Well, there you go. Yeah, the almond. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, man. I'm gonna try that. I usually do the skim milk option, but as you guys know, gas is high, and Starbucks has always been high. So we have been using the hospital coffee, which is free these days. Okay, praise God. But we'll have to try that sometime soon. Let's stay healthy, walk, and like mom, let's do some natural holistic remedies. Thanks, Doc. Anytime. Marnie Winning Tompkins, Best Coverage Solutions. Y'all keep them coming now. Y'all keep them coming. How do you pronounce that? Aoli. I know I'm butchering that name. AIOLO. Let's put that up there. She said, hi, doctor. Well, back at you. Hello and good evening. I don't recognize the name, so I'm going to say welcome to Telehealth Tuesday. And again, this is your go-to podcast for modern insights on wellness and healthcare solutions. And I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt, and we are here each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. We have not missed a beat. Thank God. And look, give it up for yourselves and give it up for the platform that we have been here. This is episode 94. So give it up. Thank God for supporting us for so long. I can't believe it. So we have not missed a beat. Thank God. Let's see. Mom says, yes, the turmeric. Yeah, that's right. It's contraindicated with blood thinners. It was a long time ago when I used that vinegar. I don't even remember what I used it for. Okay. It's, a lot of people, so for gut health, like the gentleman said, Barrett up above, but also just overall, just kind of one of those overall health thing, helps with antioxidants and, some people say helps with joint pains and stuff like that, but definitely for the gut health, and regulating things. You said, in my opinion. What was that in your opinion, the Baron? Let me scroll up and see the last thing you said. You're saying it's a game changer. Yeah. So, Mom, you might want to go with that. The ginger with red pepper and a pinch of apple cider vinegar. It's a game changer. So, I think that might be. I think that would be worth it. Magnolia Bell. Good evening. New subscriber here on YouTube. Give it up for the new subscriber on YouTube. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We got something coming in. Question here. 1 second. One second. Be right there. All right, there we go. Thank you so much for that. And we appreciate it. Make sure you, Magnolia, make sure to invite some other people, we're glad you're here. And so next time we want to see a Magnolia +1. Okay. You don't even look, and you don't even have to be on the guest list. You can just show up. We got you. We got your seat already held. Let's go over to Tangi has just joined. Tangi, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining on the Instagram side. Let's stay healthy. Marnie says, walk and like mom. Oh, we read that one. Let's do some natural. We got to have you back on, Marnie. Well, I think we said that. Or if we didn't say it, I'm saying it again. And you may not know this, but you're coming back on. Melanie, for the past decade, people have promoted not consuming dairy as much and avoiding red meat. Do you think there's a correlation between that and low vitamin D and iron levels? Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a great question. Let's put that up on the other side because I know some of you cannot see the Instagram side. I don't know why they won't put these programs together. That's that one and a couple other programs that don't integrate fully with the platform, so we have to do them separately. Uh, there we go. That's the question at hand. That's a great question, Melanie. So, the past decade, let me read that one again. People have promoted not consuming dairy as much and avoiding red meat. Do you think there's a correlation between that and low vitamin D and iron levels? Yes, yes, and yes. I'm going to send this out one more and then I'll get back to you. I'm going to get right back to you. I had to address something right there. We had to address that right there. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. So we've got a couple platforms, a couple things going on. Definitely. So you can take the short answer is you can take the supplements, but there's something. So with vitamin D, and of course people talk about that, you're drinking milk and all that. You can certainly take vitamin D over the counter, 400 or 4,000 international units a day. You can easily get that from your local grocery store, Walmart, Kroger, CVS, Walgreens, wherever, or Target. And you can do that. And you can also, so that's not the only way. People think that, I've got to do the milk. So you can definitely get the supplement. It's always best with anything, with vitamins, like vitamin C, is best to, of course, eating oranges, right? Or freshly squeezing orange, or drinking 100% natural orange juice like Tropicana, or simply, and then going from there, or taking the actual vitamin C, 500 milligram or 1,000 milligram pill. It is always best to get it from the actual fruit or vegetable, and especially hopefully if it's truly organic, right? Meaning no pesticides. But yeah, to answer your question, you can get it in other ways. So if you don't want to consume the dairy because it does like increase your mucus and all these other things in the hat, and the way that the milk is obtained, from the cows and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes they're not sure about expiration dates and all that. So to avoid the problems associated with dairy and milk, and then of course, not even the people with acne and other skin disorders. And then there are people with small intestinal problems and all that. So all those people need to avoid the milk, but you can obtain your vitamin D and what you need through other means. And then iron levels, of course, certainly, you can take iron supplements. A lot of women that are still menstruating age, or in other words, still having periods and things. A lot of women are anemic and like to eat ice all the time, or clay and all that. That's called pica syndrome. And so those people are prescribed iron 325 milligrams twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if it's severe. And you always have to do vitamin C with it to make sure it's absorbed properly, and have a stool softener like Colace, because it blocks you up, it binds you up. And that's why a lot of people don't like to take it, because their stomach feels bad. Stomach is in knots and they're very constipated. So they end up, their hemoglobin is lower and lower and lower, the iron is lower, till they end up needing a transfusion. They get pale in the face and fatigued, and now they're in the doggone ER needing a blood transfusion. So we don't want it to go to that. So there's other ways. And that's why all this information and all these labs we're talking about, we can check all those specific labs that Melanie and everyone's asking about at Good Faith Wellness Center. And that's why it's a great pause for the cause for a shameless plug. Good Faith Wellness Center is open and taking new patients. If you're specifically coming to see Dr. Bookhardt, you just mentioned this, and Conchetta, who is basically our office manager, she doesn't know it yet. But if you mention Telehealth Tuesday, you heard about us there, we'll find out some kind of way to hook you up with something. I don't even know what it is, but we'll find a way. Also, if you have insurance, great. We take everyone for now. And if you don't have insurance, it's still great, because we've got plans Individuals, $99 a month. That's unlimited visits, cheaper than your cell phone. Some people paying $150 a month, $200 for their cell phone and family plan. $99 a month, unlimited visit. That means every day on Monday through Friday, every single week. If you wanted to show up and hang out with us, you could. Now that does not include, your mammograms, colonoscopies, lab. All that stuff is additional, and we're working on some packages where we can have just a set kind of price and a set price where you get all the labs I normally order. But anyway, $99, $179 for two people, unlimited, and a family of four individuals, however you want to do it, put together, $229 a month, and that's unlimited. So there we go. Dr. Driscoll Duvall from my Clinton chapter of Alpha's big shout out, my brother. Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure to have you on the platform. All right, let's go back up here. Tangi, what would be your top non-habit forming medication for insomnia? Great question. All right, so melatonin is something that we produce in the brain. The pineal gland is something that is actually natural. So melatonin is a great option for that, okay? Let me see here. Sorry. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I'm getting a couple of texts on there, and people are joining and asking a couple of questions here. Okay, great. So the question was about something that's non-habit forming for insomnia. Melatonin is usually my go-to for a lot of people, usually starting at 3 milligrams over-the-counter medicine at all those same places that I talked about, those same grocery stores. You don't need a prescription. 3 milligrams, 6 milligrams, and 9, or depending on the place, 3, 5, and 10, just depends. But either one of those, you normally start low and go slow. That's what we say in healthcare. If you're really having bad sleeping problem, I would suggest the middle tier, the 5 or 6 milligram, and then work your way up, double it, or the 10, or go to the 10 milligram. So that's what I would say. And then after that, certainly Benadryl, but a lot of people say it makes you loopy. So if you have something to do, you got to get up early and go to work or go to the gym. Might not suggest the Benadryl, but usually start with the melatonin and then the ashwagandha. Okay, that's a great one. They make those chews. They actually taste good. You combine the ashwagandha, 1 or 2 chews that come in like a bottle, a white kind of plastic bottle. You can start either one, that or the melatonin. If you're really terrible insomnia, severe, you can probably do one of each. All right. I'm personally not good with vitamins. There's a supplement for everything, and it drives me crazy. I agree, Melanie. I agree, because you got a whole pill counter. You're in Walgreens or something like that, and you open your cupboard and it looks like a darn drugstore. But sometimes there's some other ones that you can go to GNC. They have a women's vitamin. They have certain, like if you have anemia, they got one with extra iron. For the men, there's certain vitamins with lycopene and different things that we need, and for prostate health and different things like that. So GNC is great, and those guys are a wealth of knowledge, and you can kind of consolidate or combine all those things, Melanie, into one, usually 1 or 2 large pills. What daily vitamins make you sick? Well, that's the thing, Tangi. So that's why I was saying, when you say, help us define the sickness that you're talking about. Are you talking about iron pills causing upset stomach and constipation? So that's what you would, take that not on an empty stomach. You would certainly take those vitamins with food. And then, like I said, definitely want to take it with something like a stool softener, like Docosate or Colace. So that would help. How can one get a prescription for vitamin infusion? Well, I'm so glad you asked, Melanie. You're in the right place. So that's why. Come on to Good Faith Wellness Center, and we will hook you up with Infusia Med Spa, owned by Miss Annie Knight, registered nurse. And so we work closely with them, and we look over the patients. We have somewhat of a partnership with them, and we're coming out with some new marketing, actually. So people make sure they know that we are aligned with them. And so we can get you, if you're ready to try one, we can get you in this week, Melanie, for a visit over at Good Faith Wellness Center to get you in, new patient exam, new patient labs, all that good stuff, same day, and probably even let you go just, I believe she's about 1 mile up, right down Lakeland from us, and get you in there to start your infusion. We would probably start you on that Myers cocktail that I had before the gym today, An excellent one. And I'm telling you, like, even when you might be a little TMI, but as soon as you use the restroom, we're talking number one, you'll see that even your urine has cleared. So let's say if it was yellow or something like that, people not, hydrating enough. It's very hot outside. Just this half a liter, or it's about between half a liter and 1 liter of fluid that she gives you, immediately you're seeing a difference. You feel a difference. You are rejuvenated. So it's really something that we recommend if you can do it weekly. But if not weekly, then maybe bi-weekly. We highly recommend that. Let's see. Calm Magnesium is a vegan product, works wonders for mom and I. Well, there you go. So let's Calm Magnesium. Tell us more about it, Connie Perkins, and how long have you been on it? And we appreciate just a small testimonial. I appreciate you letting us know about that, because that was Tangi. Are you still there on the Instagram side, Tangi? You still with us? Because that was a great point. Made by Miss Perkins there, to answer your question. So the Calm Magnesium, I don't have any personal experience with it, but I know a lot of people have benefited from that, and a lot of people, patients have mentioned it. So I think sometimes I just honestly forget about these things, but since you guys are mentioning it, the next time we go to the store or go on Amazon, I'm sure you can order it easily. Let's order some. So my mom's on here, she can order it. She's the Amazon queen. So we'll go ahead and let's try some of that. So I thank you, Connie Perkins, for that. I think we've got everybody's. I think we're all caught up on the questions. Dr. Driscoll, you still in there, brother? Let us know, man. Put something in the chat, man. Tell us what you want to talk about. I know my president's got something on his mind. And big shout out, man, to you for all your accomplishments, and your son and graduating and everything, man. I'll have to get with you after we get out of here, man, so we can catch up. Magnolia Bell is great. I don't use it nightly, but when I'm working late, I take some. Now you're talking about the Calm Magnesium, I'm guessing. Is that what you're referring to, Magnolia? Magnolia Bell. I think that's what you're referring to. Let's see. You guys still make sure they can hear us on the Instagram side. Sometimes it goes out a little bit on there. So it's kind of a lag on the. Oh man, I missed some. I don't even know how I missed that. Wait. Oh, sorry about that. I missed these. Yeah, some other people. Oh, there's my brother, Dr. D. Lee, PhD, A5. Good to see you, man. I see Coach OJ15. I know who that is. That's Alcorn University right there. Coach, football coach, good to see you, man. You can hear. All right. Hey, look, we have to get together again, Coach. So let me know. Let us know when you do your show again. I think you're on the same day, right? You do yours, because I remember being on your show, and you've been on my brother, Dr. Lee. You've been on, and I've been on yours. I think you're on the same day, right? Man, let's get together. I think you're 1 hour. You're right before mine. Melanie, you said the list seems to grow the older I look. Tell me about it. Tell me. Oh, Coach, you're at Mississippi Valley. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, man. I'm sorry, man. See, excuse me. We want to make sure you get that right. So, Coach is with Mississippi Valley. Okay, so we want to make that distinction. Man, we got to get you back on. Let's get together after this, and let me know your availability. And man, I'd love to be a part on your amazing platform. So, if you don't mind, if you'll type it in there, just how people can get with you and watch your show, and where they need to go to subscribe. We always want to, put everybody out. People say that Black folks and minorities can't look out for one another, and crabs in a barrel. We don't allow any crabs in a barrel or bucket, lobsters or anything else like that. Okay, over here we are promoting everybody. And even if you do the same thing, even if you're another physician or whatnot, it doesn't matter. There's more than enough more than enough room for everyone to eat at the table. All right. And so we never want to hold anything to ourselves. We want to share this word. That's the only way we're going to do better and be better as a community, man. So, all right. So big shout out Mississippi Valley, man. We're gonna get with you, Coach. We got to do this again, man. All right. I see you, Dr. Driscoll. Good stuff. I must have missed these comments there. How can I get it? Okay, we talked about that, Melanie. Yeah, so we'll catch up with me right after Melanie, and we'll hook you up, and we'll get you with Annie Knight and like I said, we went there today to get the Myers cocktail. So she definitely told me she does have openings this week, and so we're gonna coordinate all that for you. You don't even have to worry about it. The Common Man podcast on YouTube. I'll hit you up. All right, let's do it. Let's highlight that. The Common Man podcast, man. And you have had my frat brother, the one and only Dr. Fred Earl Kinsey on there, man. My guy. So, and that's another one. He's got an amazing business, Dr. Kinsey. Well-respected brother, respected alpha, and just all around great human being. And shout out to his wife, Jasmine, and their wonderful children. Fred, but Dr. Kinsey has a marijuana, medical cannabis practice. And I just saw that he's offering some new products, and especially for healthcare professionals. I just saw that on his page. If you guys check my page, which is Heart of Music, HARDT of Music, we and on my Facebook page as well, we shared it crosses over to both, and we shared what Dr. Kinsey's doing, and so you can see. And if you feel like medical cannabis is an option for you, it's great for people with chronic pain, migraines, nausea. Now in large doses, marijuana can cause cyclical vomiting, so you have to be careful with it for the nausea. But with chronic pain and depression and some other things, it's excellent. So make sure you guys go and check them out in Ridgeland. What's a good program? Keisha Kyler, good evening. Good to see you. And Kalisha Patrice, hello to you and your husband. Yes, here the calm. Let's get back to that one. Quick release. Okay, Magnolia Bell says I don't use it nightly, but when I'm working, I take some. The quick release magnesium. Because look, I'm glad you put the glycinate in there. Be careful, because magnesium citrate will have you. It'll correct if you have constipation. You won't have it anymore. You will have diarrhea. Okay, so be very careful with mag citrate. You want to get the magnesium glycinate. That is what you use for insomnia. And you say magnesium oil spray helps relax the body and fall asleep fast. Man, that is great information. Oh, by the way, I want to talk about that. Y'all were saying, because somebody had said, well, why is it that we don't talk more about that? Oh, that's what we were talking. His name, Dexter Mayberry. Dexter Mayberry has the amazing podcast and the company where he is talking about all things natural. And this guy's committed, man. I'm telling you, you look up to this brother. He is anointed. He is committed to that. But anyway, that's why he came up to me, and I was telling him about hospitalist doctors and things like that, and not beating up on that, because it could be any type of doctor that's working for a corporation. And I was just saying on that panel discussion that we get paid, and sometimes get a monthly or a quarterly bonus. The more patient that you have keeping in the hospital, when you hit your quota, which is normally about 17 or 18 patients, everyone that you see over that, right, and you keep that number consistent for a quarter, man, you're getting thousands of dollars bonus. And people would say, Dr. Bookhardt, well, then if you've just processed that, what I just said, that means that you guys are getting paid and incentivized to keep people sick and in the hospital. I said, you're doggone right. That is exactly what I'm saying. And he was just like, man, Dexter Mayberry said afterwards, I've never heard somebody say that kind of stuff. So yeah, and it's crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but yes, people are incentivized. Why? Then big pharma, don't even get me started. These people don't want you to know about it. So they make sure that they don't educate us about it, right? So if we're not educated and then the patient is not self-driven, then nobody's being educated. You go into a provider who doesn't know, you don't know. So all you do is you stay on your metformin for diabetes, you stay on your losartan or lisinopril for your blood pressure, your hypertension, until sometimes those drugs unfortunately burn out your kidneys, and now you're seeing a nephrologist for your kidneys, and some people unfortunately going on dialysis, because when you mix those two drugs with dehydration and also other things and other medicines that can counteract that, then sometimes, unfortunately, that's what happens. Big shout out to My Last Say So and Keisha Keisha Ism. Big shout out. Thank y'all for joining. We see you on the Instagram side. Magnolia Bell, yes, the Calm powder. Connie Perkins, I drink a warm cup at night. I'm out like a light in 5 or 10 minutes. Non drowsy, non habit forming. It is the secret we never knew we needed. And that is the Calm Magnesium. So, who asked about that on Instagram? Was that Tangi? Are you still there, Tangi? I think, were you the one going scrolling back in the comments? Yeah, that was you. Yeah, that was the question. Your question was, what would be your top non-habit forming medicine for insomnia? So there we go, Tangi. Let's see. Um, okay. So yeah, that was great, man. I really appreciate that. 'Cause you are educated. I'm telling you, like, we can all learn. You're never too old and never too educated or anything like that. We all want to learn. So that is excellent. Kalish, you said, "Hey Doc, what are we discussing?" We are discussing everything you want to discuss, but the topic was weight loss, peptides, GLPs, and then also traditional primary care, hypertension and diabetes, because all that stuff goes together. GLPs, Ozempic was the first one, and it was the clinical trials that were shown to be beneficial in patients with diabetes, and they also were shown to lose weight. And then the other ones like Wegovy was more targeted on the actual weight loss, and then tirzepatide, which is Zepbound, which so that was excellent. So yeah, we're talking about all that, Kalisha. But any question you have, no question is off limits. What's a good product to lose the belly fat? Keisha Kyler. Well, like we were saying, I think that if you're trying to get in there and get it done quickly, those peptides are amazing, especially specifically the tirzepatide, which is Zepbound. And if you don't have a PCP, or you want to see if you're even a candidate though for that, let's get your lab work done. Let's get you into Good Faith Wellness Center. We even have 2 more slots tomorrow afternoon. I think 1:30 and 2 o'clock. I think those patients canceled. I was just told by Miss Conchetta. So we can get you in as soon as tomorrow, possibly. And but if not, we're going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, and we can talk more about that and getting you on weight loss journey. There's also some pills, that the old school pills that people used to use. I believe 7.5 and 15 milligram, 15 and 30. They have some side effects as well, and one of them is tachycardia, or in other words, elevated heart rate, because it does rev up your metabolism. So they work in a different way than the GLPs. So I would say that as long as your lab work is stable and you don't have kidney and liver issues, and you don't have thyroid, because it's contraindicated. Okay, the GLPs, if you have thyroid disease or especially thyroid cancer or something like that, do not use it. Contraindicated. So that, again, that's why you need to come in before just getting this stuff off the street. I know that the black market is opened up, and there's all kind of nurses and NPs and things at the hospital that I work at. They're on them, and everybody's losing weight, and that's what we want. But we want to do it the healthy way. We want to do it the safe way. Okay. Let's see. We've got it's a good. We've got Kalisha says, I have a medicinal card. Send me that info. Yep. So that is Dr. Fred Kinsey. Look on my. I think I know we're friends on Facebook. Kalisha, look on my Instagram as well. Heart of Music, HARDT of Music. All right. And I shared that story a few hours ago. So from Dr. Kinsey's page, and so you can get. You'll see everything there that you need to see for that. But definitely go and see him. He's an amazing guy. Valerian root is a great alternative. It's all natural. Now, Jasmine, are we still talking about gut health, or are we talking about the insomnia? That's the valerian root that you're stating. Valerian root. Let's just do a simple valerian root. I haven't heard of that one. Benefits and side effects. Good housekeeping. Nature made at $21.99. I think at Walmart it says some benefits. What is everyone? Benefits of valerian root. Might help with sleep quality. Might help reduce symptoms of anxiety and stress. It might help improve PMS symptoms, menopausal symptoms, and it may help regulate blood pressure. We'll have to do a little bit more research on that, but it sounds promising, especially like those chia seeds. I want to start that personally, like now. The valerian root sounds interesting. We need to look at it a little bit more, um, because we want to make sure that there's no interactions with blood pressure medications. The sleep quality and the stress, I think that's something that all Americans could probably benefit from. So, Jasmine, let us know how that's affected you and what specifically did you use it for, if you don't mind sharing. Soursop tea has been good for me when dealing with insomnia. I want to make sure, I don't know if Tanya's still on, but let's see if we can tag, because they're all answering your questions there. I want to make sure you don't miss out on that. Let's see. Tangy. Let's see there. Okay. Um, Man, that's excellent. Excellent. So we've got the soursop tea, we've got the magnesium glycinate, we've got the valerian root. I've definitely heard of soursop tea. That they use that in the islands. So, yeah, nutrition is the key. I could not agree more, Jasmine Taylor. Have you seen GLP be beneficial for fatty liver? No, they have not been tested for that. Khalees, that's a great question. Not necessarily. And if you have liver issues, you have to be careful, actually. So, yeah, you want to be mindful of that. So, but yeah, beneficial for fatty liver. No, that's going to be more so. Majority of those is going to be from your diet. It's going to be from your diet. So, changing your diet, increasing the good cholesterol, and going to that gym, getting that heart rate up, will help you with the fatty liver. Jasmine Taylor, sounds like the side effects of phentermine. Yep, that's it. Your heart will go crazy. That's right. Yep, phentermine. So, phentermine is the pill that I was talking about a couple of minutes ago for weight loss. That's the old school pills that we still use. I prescribed them, I think, 2 months ago for a gentleman, a month and a half ago, and he's been losing. I think he lost about 5 pounds last month. So, definitely something that can be helpful. But yeah, I agree with you. You just have to be careful. You have to be careful with that. So great points. Magnolia, I've tried that one too. It does work. Better be by the bed. Which one was that, man? Now sometimes we get a little lost in the comments because you're mentioning multiple meds. So remind us which herb that was that you said this one works. So you better be by the bed. I don't know if are you referring to the magnesium glycinate? Jasmine says I was put on a sleep cocktail, which Seroquel, Ambien, Prazosin, and some other one. I still didn't sleep. The valerian root helped instantly. That is amazing, Jasmine. That is amazing. I hope all of you guys heard that testimonial right there, because let me tell you guys, Seroquel. First of all, I don't even. I mean, we sometimes we do that when in the hospital. I did put a patient on that this weekend, but usually out in the primary care world, starting people just on Seroquel without any psychiatric kind of history or them without them having schizophrenia or some other bipolar disorder and some other things that it's used for. Now, one of the side effects, yes, is certainly drowsiness. But that is certainly not a go-to drug for that. That would be a last resort, honestly. Ambien is honestly a no-no. Now, I have one lady who's on that in my clinic, and 2 or 3 people probably in the whole year in the hospital that may be just on that at home that have to have it to sleep. The problem is that we've created these, as we say in healthcare, monsters that are dependent on these controlled substances. Ambien has a ton of side effects, and it is highly, highly addictive. So stay away from that. Stay away from Ambien. Seroquel, is commonly used, especially in the psych world more so. Yeah, that's I'd love to know offline who put you on that. Not trying to be messy or put anybody on the spot, but I'm just wondering, is that from a primary care, or did you go to like a sleep clinic or a sleep specialist? That because I've never put those three together. And then you said some other medication, and you still didn't sleep. So I really honestly would love to know, just from my understanding of this case, what is the fourth medicine, and who did you go to? Heart health is the key. All right. Man, what a great episode. You guys keep them coming. We got a few more minutes. So over here on Instagram side, you guys, I see Cam I am is in there. If you still in there, put something in the chat, Cam. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining. Um, if you're still in there, let us know. And you guys, if there's anything else you want to discuss, we've got about 7 or 8 minutes. 7 or 8 minutes. So that way that'll put us, let's go. Let's go to 8:15. Let's go to 8:15. It's 8:03. So you guys keep them coming. She said the more natural, the better. Um, let's see, Sarah Quill, Jasmine. You said as a mental health professional, I can tell you it is a lifesaver. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are mental. That's right. You said we can talk. Yeah, I want to know who put you on that though. As a mental health, yeah. Well, that valerian root, man, I need to. We need to see. Oh, that's what you were saying, Magnolia Bell. The valerian root. So yeah, going back to your comment, you said I've tried that too, and it does work. But you better be by the bed. Okay, man, you better be careful with that. I guess I might, if I try it, I might have to try half. We might have to half the dose. How much do you guys take? Is it a pill or are you guys taking a liquid? Um, yeah, sleep con, man. That's interesting there, Jasmine. That sleep cocktail. Adipex, yes, Adipex is the phentermine was the pill that I was. That's the Adipex is the brand name, and so we have a lot of people that are on that. Let me put a couple things in here. We got a lot of folks coming in. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Let's see. Um, let's see here. Let's put a few things in here. All right, we got some. Let's see if we can get these good people. I don't know if they're going to get the tags. Or say I got big shout out to "Sprinkle Me" by Kate King, okay, and Mr. Jeremy Jones. As you guys know, he is. And again, this is certainly not any type of HIPAA violation before anybody goes crazy with that stuff, because he's put it out there multiple times. You know that we have a good friendship, a mutual respect, and then he's entrusted me to be his personal physician and take care of some of his staff members. I just want to shoot a big shout out to them. And of course, like I said, he's posted lots of things and some pictures that we've taken at the office. And so just want to give some love to the Sprinkle Me by Kate King. They're going to be in their new location. And of course, they've asked me and others who know not to share that information, the actual location. So it's going to be in Flowood. They have put that out, and I'll let them, we don't want to steal their thunder. And so I'll let you guys stay tuned to his platform to find out about that. The new location. Let's see. There's more natural the better. We can have a talk, but only it only made me angry and still exhausted. Oh yeah, when you were on that sleep cocktail, yeah, that sounds all the way wrong. Magnolia Bell says I have the liquid. Okay, for the valerian root. I'm gonna take a look at that. Try to because I want to try these things: the magnesium glycinate, the valerian root, and the chia seeds. I know Mr. Barrett earlier on talked about that. Let's see here. Is hydroxyzine safe to take as a sleep? Oh man, great question. So hydroxyzine is Vistaril, and yes, Evelyn Williams, that is actually what I like to use in the hospital, but also in the clinic as well. Let's see. Can you guys still hear me on the Instagram side? I think we got a lag again there. I think we have a lag there a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear me on the Instagram. On the Instagram side, if you're still with me, put something in the chat. Hydroxyzine is great. 25 milligrams. It's an antihistamine. I believe it's the first generation, which is the same as Benadryl. You know, the others, Claritin and Zyrtec, are second generation, and the other one, Allegra. So Allegra is kind of interesting medicine, where it's a little different. But yeah, the hydroxyzine, it's gonna. Some people say it's gonna give you the same kind of loopiness as the Benadryl and kind of grogginess on the next morning. So especially if you have to get up and work, or you want to work out 5-6 o'clock in the morning, do things like that, I would not suggest that one for that. But if you know that you can get about 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours of rest, then yeah, I say go for it. I think the side effects are the exact same as Benadryl. So it can dry you out a little bit. So if you have a problem with dry eyes and dry mouth or anything like that, be a little careful. It is an antihistamine. But otherwise, yeah, it seems to be a more potent one than the Benadryl for sleep. So yeah, great question. Valerian root doesn't give me the side effects, and I'm not angry or agitated behind it the next day. Well, that's great, Jasmine. We don't want you, mental health professional. We definitely don't want you to be aggravated or angry. Did you say Evelyn Williams, coach? Yeah, that's right. We said Evelyn Williams. Now I don't know if there's anything behind that. I'm gonna stay out of it there because I don't think it's shade, but he put an LOL Evelyn Williams if you can hear me. So coach is on there, so you get at him. Okay, he's on the Instagram side, um, so y'all can still hear. Okay, excellent. Yeah, that's funny, coach. Um, Valerian root. I was placed on trazodone for sleep, no help. Yeah, trazodone, 50 milligrams, 100, 200. Trazodone is one of those kind of, it works for some people. So if you come in the hospital when we admit you and you're on trazodone, we go ahead and continue it, 50 or 100 milligrams, QHS, meaning at night or in the evening. We go ahead and continue that. But yeah, it usually, like I said to was it Evelyn or the first person who asked about what my go-tos were? My go-to now, the valerian root seems to truly be a winner from what you guys are saying, but just from my professional and even personal experience, that melatonin, and I'm 5 milligrams does the thing for me. I'm out. I'm very relaxed. The you know the other things that we were discussing. Sorry, I'm trying to read this. Melatonin is great. The chews that I told you all about, those are excellent. So I think more kind of on the milder side and on the more natural. But the valerian root certainly being, the actual root itself, which is that's the most natural you can get, because of course these other things, although they are supplements, they are synthesized. Melatonin is made in the pineal gland in the brain that helps that does sleep regulation. Okay. So that is a natural product, but however, it is synthesized. So I was placed, Transformer made my PTSD worse. Transformer. Oh, yeah, ashwagandha. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the chews, the ashwagandha. I've only seen them in the chews, Jasmine. I don't know if they come in other form, but that's the ones I've tried. Ashwagandha, man, is excellent. Excellent. Let's see here. Oh, you're saying Vistaril it made your PTSD well, yeah, you better stay away from Vistaril. She said it helps with hives, yeah, because it's a antihistamine. So you said trazodone made my nightmares, but yeah, I honestly, who said the trazodone question? I really don't. Yeah, I use it. I don't use the trazodone. Um, Trazodone. Who had that question? That was. Yeah, well, anyway. Excuse me, I was scrolling up for that. But yeah, trazodone, yeah. So let me go ahead and edit my statement. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Made you anxious. I cannot control my diabetes. Kalania. Look, well, you're in the right place. I don't recognize the name, so I'm going to assume you're a new person, new follower, new subscriber. Hopefully, you clicked that on Dr. BTV. You know exactly where to come. If you don't, it is Good Faith Wellness Center. That's where you need to be. If you have insurance, great. We take it all. Me personally, there's 3 of us that are partners there, but I take it personally, all insurance. If you don't have insurance, it's still perfect. It's still great because we have a plan for you. And so if you go to goodfaithwellnesscenter.com, Good Faith Wellness Center on Facebook or Instagram, you can see all of our information about our unlimited plans, meaning unlimited visits for that whole month. And it's a reoccurring charge, So for you, $99 a month, and you can come see us every day. We will get your diabetes under control. We will. Melatonin is a great alternative, but it doesn't work for everybody. It's a great start. Yeah. All right. And that's what I said, Jasmine. I said it's more on the milder side. But for the person who asked it, I think it was, don't give me the line. I can't remember who it was, but it was early. It was about 30 minutes ago when we were talking about all the sleep aids. And that's exactly what I said. I said that it's a milder one and you start low and go slow. And especially if this is somebody who has not been on, the trazodones, the Vistarils, the Ambiens, or the Seroquel. Lord have mercy, I don't know who. We'll talk about that. Uh, had my brain hyperactive, Jasmine. Yeah, there we go. Terrible nightmares. Okay, and now you guys are still make sure we're clear on these drugs. You all are talking about trazodone, right? And that's Miss Evelyn Williams, Kalisha, that you said that had your brain hyperactive, terrible nightmares. Because again, I know we're discussing multiple medications. Celexa and Cymbalta had me a different person. You need to stay away from those as well. Celexa, the SSRI, is a very commonly prescribed antidepressant. We use it all the time, 10, 20 milligrams, something like that. Good results with it. Takes about a month to kick in, but yeah, if you know, everyone is different, and that's why we call this as a true science and the practice of medicine, because everyone is different, and that's what makes medicine so amazing, so cool, because we get different results in different patients, and different people tolerate different medications in a different manner. Kalani, yep. So come on, are you local, Kalani? Are you local in Jackson here? If you're not, we still do telemedicine, so it's still an option for you. Um, so we can still take care of you. I have a friend who's in need for a good PCP. I need to message you to see what we can do for him. It's already done, Jasmine. That's why we're a good faith wellness center, because we believe in the healing of not just medicine, but of course, the great physician. We believe in Jesus Christ. And so we know whom from all of our help comes from. And so we're not ashamed to say it, and we're unapologetic about it. And so we know if God is right there as a great physician, and then we're doing the actual physical labor here on earth, taking care of people, which is what we've been trained to do and called to do, then it's already done. We're going to take care of her. So, yeah, you can just message me or reach out. You got my information, and so we'll be glad to see you, and we can get her in this week. Get me your information. I'll get it to Conchetta, and we'll get her on the books. Let's see. Shamika Watts, high blood pressure. What you want to know, Shamika? We can talk anything about it. What medications are you on? All right, 5 more minutes. We're going to stay 5 minutes because we got some good ones coming in. High blood pressure, you want to talk about it? What is your blood pressure? Are you already on medication, or did somebody tell you you need to be on it? So let us know. Let us know in the comments, or come on the Good Faith Wellness Center. We will get your blood pressure down. That I can tell you. That's a guarantee. Vraylar was, but Prestique helped me. Now you use those for which one, Jasmine? So depression or mood stabilization? What were you using those for? What were you using those for, Jasmine? Yeah, Wellbutrin is a great antidepressant for me, for sure. Yeah, I like Wellbutrin. I do like Wellbutrin. I agree with that. Yeah, we'll Shamika Rhodes. All right. Oh, that's your cousin. Okay. All right. All right. Good to see you, cuz. Thanks for joining. Make sure you click subscribe now on Dr. B TV. How can I get my bottom down? You're talking about your bottom number, your blood pressure? Is that what you're talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about that. We've got ways to get that down. Usually ACE inhibitors and ARBs, like lisinopril or losartan, respectively, are good for the diastolic blood pressure. If that's what I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Those would be great options. Ramanda, I think that's you in there. Ramanda D. I think that's Ramanda that I know from here. Good to see you. A big shout out if it is. If not, hello to you too. All right, we'll take the last the question. Sister Glenn Clayton is here, everyone. I want to give a big shout out all the way from Orlando, Florida, my hometown, and Mount Sinai SDA Church. Wonderful. Good to see you. This is just warms my heart, Sister Clayton, every time we see you. And I know that this is, for you and at your wonderful young age, for you to be still using the technology, and just like my mom and getting on here. I know you're on here most of our Tuesdays, nearly every one. And so we want to give you a big shout out and all praises to God for keeping you here for all these years and keeping you spry and in your right mind, because there are so many people even younger than you that are not in their right minds. And so that is a huge testimony. And again, thank you for joining us, and it means the world to me. Blood pressure, yeah, Jasmine. Yeah, I figured you were talking about that. Yeah, ACE inhibitors and ARBs, but we can go over all that at Good Faith Wellness Center. So you come on, when you bring that friend of yours, you come on, reach out to us. I think you have my information, and then of course you all have all our online contact. So please reach out, and you come on too. So we'll get your blood pressure down. We'll do 2 for 1, and we'll put both of you all on the plan for $179 unlimited visits. We'll put you all on a plan together. So we'll do that for you. Let's get this going. All right, good people. Well, look, I know, thank you so much. Shout out Tastily Divine. Thank y'all so much to all of you for being on, and give yourselves, again, a final round of applause for just being an amazing audience tonight. All right. So you can catch us every Tuesday. If you weren't here, if somebody needs to see it, if you want to scroll back to look at some of the other questions and the recommendations we've made, we are here each and every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. For your listening and viewing pleasure and edification. But on nights like these, when I'm by myself, we want to talk to you, and let's just hear from you guys, okay? We want to hear from you. We love the back and forth, the witty banter, the audience participation. Next week, we're going to have an amazing guest, as we always do. So catch us here, Good Faith Wellness Center, taking new patients. We have 3 plans, 3 amazing plans. Go to goodfaithwellnesscenter.com. Check it out. Dr. B T.V, most importantly. Please make sure to hit subscribe, share, tag, like, follow, but hit subscribe. Doctor, the word doctor, the letter B as in boy, TV on YouTube. You can check us out there. If you have a story, a testimony, or any situation to discuss, we want to hear from you. This is all about you. It's for you. Nobody's being paid, compensated. We're doing it because this is a ministry, and all of our guests the same. We want to hear from you. We're here for you. If you have a testimony, or you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. Drop us a line. So, God willing, we will see you on the following Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And remember, as always, that true wealth begins with good health. See you next Tuesday. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Bookhardt. Come join us at our newest clinic location at Good Faith Wellness Center. We provide compassionate health care for your entire family, from virtual visits to office appointments. We're committed to providing the best care. We accept all insurances, and we provide monthly wellness plans. Let's start your family journey to a healthier, happier life. Schedule your appointment today. And remember, true wealth begins with good health.